live in a landscape of make-believe. I know you're thinking, what, Shannon, this is reality. Like, this cup is real, right? Like, you can touch it. It's not make-believe. Is it? We interpret things around us. We could be interpreting them the same, or we could be interpreting them different, depending on our definition of what there is. I put a fan here because I like to be cool. You may put a heater there because you like to be hot. It's still the same room, but we make it into what we want it to be. We make our lives into what we want them to be. We make our businesses and our brands what they want to be. You have an ability at this moment to make your brand story, to make it up, to make it real to someone. So you get to sit down and peel those layers and make this story and make them think, yes, that's what I want. Okay? That's what I want. And that's how I want to help you. I want to help you figure out how to tell that story that says, you know, I had this, you have this problem, you want this solution, you want this result. Here's solution A, here's solution B. Which one do you want? If you go with solution A, this is what's going to happen. If you go with solution B, this is what's going to happen. But how can we tell that in a way that motivates and in a way that, oh yeah, I don't really want to hit pause. Because you could have hit stop for now, for all I know. I'm just rambling on. I don't know if it's interesting or if it's not. But that's what story does. It makes things interesting. We want to know more about our characters. We want to know their favorite drinks. We want to know their favorite movies, even though they are make-believe. We want to know more about them. So we research, we Google, especially, hey, if you're like me and you love historical period pieces and you love, stories and there's real people and or based on true life stories, and you Google, I gotta know what the real story is. Because we want to know. When a good story is so good, we want to know more. That's what you want to do with your brand story. You want your brand story to be so wonderful that people want to know more. How can I get that? How can I get more? But it's not easy. It's impossible at sometimes. It is so difficult in today's world of onslaughts of information and content, and most of it is just, what's the point? So I want to go back to the story, though. I want to go back to the storytelling animal and why story is so important to you and me. Now, humans live in a landscape of make-believe. Yes, we spin fantasies. We spin these stories. We devour novels, films, and plays. Even sporting events. They're stories. We just don't know how. There's just not a person writing it out before the play happens, but it's still a story. It's a story. The game starts, they play the game, they have a halftime, they play the game, and then it ends. And through it, we're going, oh yes, oh, that's what's happening. That's a good story. That's why men love sports. It's a story, and they're emotionally involved, and they're allowed to be emotionally involved. And nobody's going to make fun of them for giving each other a hug and a high five and slapping them on the ass, right? That's how stories are. They make us feel like we're a part of something. We are fans of the Vancouver Canucks or the Edmonton Oilers or the whatever hockey team you love, or baseball team, or basketball team. I can't even remember the word. Whatever you're a fan of. You are a fan of them because you feel a part of the story. You feel a part of who it is. And I am thinking, though, I'm going to go off on a little bit of side. I've been going off a lot of side here, but back in the day when Wayne Gretzky stayed with the Edmonton Oilers for a decade, you really, players stayed with the brand. Players stayed with these teams. and you became part of the team, and you knew that's a player, that's a player. Now players jump around so much that you have your favorite player, but are you really a fan of the team? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I look at my nephew, he's 7, he loves hockey. Absolutely loves hockey. Is he 8? I don't know, he's 7 or 8. He loves hockey. But he loves the Edmonton Oilers because this one player is on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, if that one player went to play with Vancouver, would he change? That's a good question.